Hello. Hello. It is that day. Sunday. It's Sunday. How is it Sunday again already? I do not know how it is Sunday again already. So yeah, we are going to be doing level 3, otherwise known as chapter 3 of Arcade Spirits, picking up where we left off last week. We had been to a arcade auction type situation and picked up a box of kittens as well as some arcade games. And nearly got like our soul sucked out by a machine. And then our pants got on fire because the phone like set itself on fire, overloaded itself, so it set our pants on fire. American pants, not English pants. I love the art for this game. It is awesome. So, yes. Just getting sorted. So yeah, we did level 1 back in May 2022 because that's when we streamed it first, and then we picked it up again last weekend on Sunday for story time. Because I'm like, I really want to find out what happens in this game. And I really want to stream it. So yeah, that's about it. I bought it, so I don't need to do any thingamajiggies about it. It is partially voiced. We've unlocked levels 1 and 2. And we also picked up Phrase Invaders as our one of 3 we could pick after having our pants set on fire. There is a prize, basically they're linked to achievements for completing each level, for doing the romances, for not romancing anyone, and for picking up the 3 games, possibly for endings. Also, we totally finished Recall last night, and I can see why they said to stop where they did. And I highly recommend buying it and playing it and finding out what happens, because yeah, it's worth it. Not quite sure how much to put the volume on. Level 3, take it to the max, which is coincidentally what the achievement is called. It's the future year 20XX, and today is the day. Well, not the actual big day when we reveal Phrase Invaders, but a big day in relation to that big day, and I am completely stressed out. So if we have a look at the options history, so we got our pizza fact, we cleared level 2, we're hitting it off with Naomi, which is great. We're proving to be a sweet, gentle and compassionate soul. And we got points. Everyone likes points. So yes, but I remember a little bit more with people's names and stuff that I did last time. We were trying to remember something we played 7 months previously. So yeah, My mission, should I choose to accept, and I kind of already chose to accept, is to spread the word about the upcoming Funplex event. The one that I'm in charge of. The one that I've put a ton of effort and hope into already. The one where, if nobody shows up, it spells doom. Doom! For us all. Maybe I should turn down the gain if I'm going to be this close to the mic, so I don't deafen anybody. Right, the question is, did it do any notifications? Yes. Did it tweet? Yes. Cool. So I know there's a few people streaming right now, but everyone's been notified that I am also streaming. If people want to come by for story time, then they can. But for now, I just want to play this and find out what's going on. I'm wearing my Sick Kids. You can't really see it because of my logo. Sick Kids hoodie that I got for raising money for Sick Kids for Extra Life. We're raising money again this year for Sick Kids for Extra Life. We're not off to a great start because I haven't put any money in yet. But there are extenuating circumstances and I'm waiting for my first Twitch payout of the year, to be perfectly honest, to put it in. But it's been slow building subwise. So waiting for it to, equate to a payout. But that's fair enough. I'm hoping to have giveaways. Well, I will have giveaways this year. I'm hoping to have a decent method of doing it that doesn't make my brain hurt, so that we can hopefully attract more people and more donations. But that's November, and we're only in February, so I've got like 5 months to think about it. Whew. Right. I'm going to start with a little bit of hydration first because I made my tea and I want to at least drink some while it's still hot. Rather than being like, 2 hours later, oh, tea, and it's cold. Even if it's an insulated cup, it does eventually cool down. But yeah. Hi, Mr. Corners. Oh, that is actually really good tea. It's raspberry oolong. Well, it's berry oolong, which is a T2 brand, T2 blend. And I hoofed the end of a packet of oolong last week because I was like, no, this tastes horrible. It was just that particular oolong did not agree with me. Or it had gone off because I kept it for too long. But this one tastes good. So I'm happy because I just brought another box. Oh, I did finally get my furniture put together. So I've got some shelving units underneath my kitchen overhang. So hopefully I can clear stuff off my dining room table. But currently my dining room table contains pretty much every single box of tea I own. I just need to sort them out so that I can put them away in sensible places. Yes, I'm just enjoying a little bit of tea first. Right. I'm very glad about that one. Doom. Hey, no pressure, right? I mean, if I fail, I'll only be the laughing stock of the entire Funplex. They'll call me the Funplex failure for the rest of my days. I'll be shamed, forced to wear a giant F, red F on my chest. Snap out of it, Ari. Let's focus on what's right here, right now, right here, right now, right here. we're at the entertainment convention. Oh, right. Okay. And then, of course, we've got Deco's Palace, which is like the conglomerate arcade thing. And there's a cute penguin on a... I thought it was skateboarding, but I don't know. There's a cute penguin in the background anyway. Right, so this is going to be focused on the convention. Cool. Specifically, a giant conglomerate horde of people that keep bumping into me and smell like corn chips. And there is nowhere to run. I might be in a little over my head here. Working in the arcade, I've gotten used to smaller crowds. My skin's gotten a little thicker and resistant to sticky soda hands touching me accidentally. But nothing could have prepared me for the sheer scope and scale of this. Just me and, I don't know, maybe 50,000 other people. I know Naomi's the one that doesn't like crowds, not me, but come on, this isn't a crowd, it's a Gajura-sized evacuation mosh pit. Complete with Gajura-sized screens hanging overhead, constantly showing advertisements for arcade games and industry happenings. Hey, hey! Wow, it's so exciting, isn't it? Exciting, Ari? That is a word. Yes. I've never really been to one of these things. What a spectacle! What a spectacular! No, spectacle. Spectacular is probably where I was going with the other sentence structure. Anyway, thanks for giving me a ticket. I really needed to get away for a weekend. Hey Ari, how are you holding up? Looking a little green around the gills there. I can smile through this. I can't smile through this. Everything is fine. So we have like a whole leaderboard somewhere, and this is like empathy and like rationale, and then this is basic. But I really want to be like, everything is fine. But I'm trying not to be basic. But also, this is literally what my response would be. Everything is fine. So I'm going with it. Everything is fine. So yeah, here's my leaderboard. Last chapter, we just squished by with our green heart being top. You can tell our two favourite types of responses here. Basic and empathetic. And then you can see Naomi. Naomi likes this. We have friend. Everyone else is fairly meh, except for Queen Bee, who is sort of mostly, but we didn't get to interact with her that much, and we got to interact with a lot of Naomi. So we apparently have not, interacted with Teo, who's the one on the far side next to Iris in the middle. Because he hasn't got any in his bar. I can't remember the name of the bearded guy. He's a rich guy that bought the arcade machine, so he can keep playing it. And the three on the left are our co-workers. But yeah, anyway. So, and Juniper here, with the pink hair, is our flatmate. She's the one that gave us the app, Iris. Or told us about the app. We had a little argument last chapter about the fact that she didn't tell us that her company was hiring. Oh, I really am sorry. Every single time. I'm fine. I sit down and start streaming and I can't stop yawning. It is very frustrating. So, anyway. Hey, T, how's it going? Wav. Wav. My current mood is yawning face, apparently. I'm not tired. That's the thing. It's just, for some reason, sitting down to stream, I decide it's just going to trigger a yawn. Yeah, I'm well, you know, levels of okay. Everything's fine, as I just said to Juniper. I mean, you know, things happen this week that I wish hadn't. And I feel odd today. No idea why. But I built furniture. And I'm sorting out my teas. And I have a good tea that I am drinking right now. And I don't feel exhausted, which is good. But yeah. It's going to be a weird 4 weeks. For the next 4 weeks. So, there we go. But we've got some cool games lined up. I've decided what I'm streaming next week. I mean, that's a pretty good sum up of how I always feel. It's like, yeah, I should be awake while I'm working. And no, I'm not. I'm awake at 2 in the freaking morning when realistically I should be going to sleep. But yeah, I've slept quite a lot this last week, like 8-hour type sleepings, except for the last couple of nights because reasons. So yeah, I don't feel monumentally burnt out, but yeah, I'm never tired when I need to be tired. It's really stupid. I mean, it's not. It's just how my circadian rhythm works. But yeah, I very much feel that sentence. But yes, it's not my favorite thing ever, but I can handle this. This is my favorite thing ever. This game is one of my favorite things. I love this game. I've not even finished playing it, but yeah. Yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. The things that suck the most are mostly now I have to like do interviews and like update my CV, and that means I have to talk about myself, and I hate talking about myself. I know that seems counterindicative to what I usually do on streams, but that's not like, you know, career stuff. That's stuff I'm interested in. And then the other thing is that there was another thing. God, my brain thoughts are just like going pewing everywhere. Yeah, so I hate interviewing, but you know, I'm sad because, you know, I really like this company culture, and yeah, so I hate that, having to do interviews and stuff. But also I got to break in a new bloody company, you know. I mean, this was the job where I wasn't ever planning on moving on. You know, this was the one I wanted to retire out of. It's just, you know, economy sucks. But a clarification for anyone that's now wondering what I'm talking about, I got basically told my job's being made redundant, which I will find out officially on Wednesday, but pretty much it's guaranteed at this point. So yeah, I have to look for a new job and update my CV. And I spent like a day staring at a blank page, well, a blank part of my page, going, I have no idea how to write about the last 2.5 years. Because what I do, this is the best job I will ever have. This is a great company, you know, great culture. But it's like that's why I don't want it to go. But yeah. And also, you know, finding a job that's as inclusive, or a culture that's as inclusive, is just, you know, I know what's out there because I've been in it, and it took me 2.5 years to recover. But just, you know, it's sad because it's the end of an era. I really was hoping to, you know, stay there forever. I didn't want to leave. So yeah, so I have to find somewhere new. And I shall have a break between jobs. Because I've got to do a reset. It could all turn out for the best, but anyway, I'll just repeat my mantra. This is fine. Everything is fine. I like this mantra. Pretty much sums up me right now. But yeah, it's annoying because, yeah. Keep yawning. I don't know why I keep yawning. But yeah, I don't want to do interviews. You know, it means talking to lots of people as well, which I don't particularly like doing. Yeah, it's a stress I don't need. And it's like going to be a huge overwhelm for the first couple of months as well, learning new people's names, what they do, what I'll be doing, getting up to speed on a new brand and possibly technology and product. Need a holiday just to recover from my onboarding. But yeah, this is fine. Everything is fine. Just picturing the little dog with everything on fire going, everything is fine. And then the next panel, it's like, wait, no, everything is not fine. Everything's on fire. Everything is fire. Everything will be okay. Not an ideal situation, but I got this, Juniper. Oh yeah, I am terrible with names. Terrible with names. Even recognizing like usernames, it takes me a while for them to like go back into the storage. So yeah. But the bright side to being remote and having everyone on the Zoom is you can pin the names. So at the very least, you know what's on the name on the Zoom, and it helps to learn them that way. But yes, I often avoid saying people's names. I often will also avoid saying people's names. I had a friend at school. I didn't know. I didn't know her name, and we were like friends for about like 6 months to a year before someone actually said her name in my vicinity, and I was like, oh, that's a name. Because she didn't obviously introduce herself to start with. And no one ever says their name again after that. And it's like, it takes a few times to sink in. It takes like 10, 20 times for it to sink in. You can't just say it the once. So yeah. In-person stuff is terrible for me. Like, you know. Unless people wear name tags, how am I supposed to learn their names? Because they'll introduce themselves once, and that'll be it. And then I'll have to play the guessing game. Or if I'm clever, I'll be like, oh, can I have a seat plan type thing? I just call everyone Danny. No, I call everyone Bob. That's my thing. But yeah, I really feel that. Hi person I've been working with for X number of years. Yeah. And you've got no idea what they're called. I get that. 100% get that. Or you'll get an email from someone and you'll be talking about that email and then realise that was the person that sent the email. I have done that before. It wasn't a bad conversation. It was just more they hadn't connected the person and the email. Yeah, and then someone will change their haircut and I'll be like, and I have no idea who you are anymore. Very mild prosopagnosia. Not zero escape levels, but enough that if people change what they look like or I see them outside of the context that I know them in, they're a complete stranger. So, oh, and I also need to do something with my hair. It doesn't look too bad now. But anyway, yes. And also, hi Dan. It's not a new game. It's chapter 3 of Arcade Spirits. Yeah. Yeah, my best friend Patrick, I was working with him and he came in one day with no beard and no hair because he shaved it all off and it freaked me out quite a lot because he looked completely different. So yeah. That happened to my brother as well. My dad shaved off his beard because he was going grey and he didn't like it in the family photo. And my brother came home from school and screamed because there was a stranger in the house. And I'm like, yep, that's about right. I would always know who I am. The only thing I'm going to change is the colour. And do the red again. I like the red. But it you know, all it'll do will look less grey. And I always know who I am. But I know who I am as I picture myself in my head. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, I don't know who this old person is. That's not who I am in my head. So, yeah. But anyway, it's not an ideal situation, but I got this. Sure, there will always be a struggle, but what doesn't traumatize me today can always traumatize me later. No! I put my foot down to more trauma. I do not need any more trauma in my life. I have enough. I have had my fill of trauma for 10 lifetimes. No more trauma.
BFFs for life.
This is exactly why I came here with you, to help you in your hour of need and to get away for the weekend. But still, hour of need. It's true. Juniper's helped me get through a lot, but it's beyond generalities. I think she specifically wanted to make it up to me for the whole job offer situation. I've now got the hiccups because I had baked beans at lunchtime. Which I do not regret, but I regret the hiccups. It's nice to have her here. We're not going to let a little thing like that stay as a sticking point between us. Oh, it must be nice to not have things stick in your brain. So what's the plan? We can't stand around all day, Ari. There's a lot of ground we need to cover to make your funplex a success. How are we going to attack this? What's the first move? I was just going to sort of play it by ear. No, we need a plan. We didn't plan for this. Like, at all? I was too busy laying awake all night stressing out to worry about planning things. Look, I'm new at event management, much less event promotion. Ari. How? Well, let's start with this. Juniper swings a book bag off her shoulders and crouches on the ground. She opens it up and pulls out a stack of papers. Hold these. I cradle them in my arms. Okay, I am holding these. What are these exactly? Flyers, silly, the ones you wanted for promoting your big event. I managed to print off quite a few before the boss started giving me weird looks. Why are copier rules always so strict in office jobs? Because ink is expensive. It's just paper and I needed it. If it was just paper, but it's the ink. Printers are, well, A, temperamental, and B, ink is expensive. I have a printer, but it has a limit on, because I basically get free cartridges on this scheme, there's a limit on how many pages you can print per month type thing on the free level, and then you have to pay for the pages you print, which is a clever way of doing it when you don't actually use much. Because I just use it to print out like postage labels and the occasional form, or scanning in some stuff when Daisy and I are doing escape rooms and we need to cut something out and we don't want to destroy the original. But yeah, it's a good deal, because otherwise, you know, you've got to buy expensive cartridges and then they dry up and then you have to buy more expensive cartridges. And okay, yes, you could print unlimited flyers, but anyway, I flip a sheet over and start to remember. Oh, that's a shock, I guess. Yeah, that's unexpected, Tarragon. Is that Australia? Obviously, because that's where you are. I don't think I could survive without paper. I write stuff down in notepads. I mean, I understand, like, trees and stuff, but there's recycled. You know, you just recycle the paper, and I'm happy using recycled paper. I just need to make notes, because it's how my brain works. Though, at some point, I do need to investigate a decent e-pad type situation, because having stacks of notepads is all well and great for me making notes. It is not particularly great for me then looking up stuff. And I keep on, like, making notes of recommendations of ones that I should look at, and then never getting around to doing it because they're not quite what I want. But maybe it's something that is in the budget, the new job, when I get it. I gotta be confident. I will be getting a new job. Hopefully it is a job that I will then want to stay in for the rest of my career. But, you know, we'll see. There have been a couple of, you know, oh, this sounds interesting, like job listings. Oh, lack of wood supply. Interesting. Well, yeah, we just use recycled stuffs. But yes, we definitely should not be cutting down more trees. But yeah. But I still have to update my CV. And yeah, staring at a blank page. But then I had a coaching session with my autism coach, and he was like, well, yeah, you're emotionally dysregulated. You need to take a break. And then you can do stuff. Oh, it'll affect prescriptions. That's not good. That's not good. Though I imagine a lot of stuff could be electronic. But it depends if you've got the infrastructure set up to support that. But yeah. So this weekend I'm giving myself a break. And then on Monday I'm going to update my CV. Yeah, totally will remember to do that. To be able to do that. Not a problem. I totally love talking about what I've accomplished. And bigging myself up. It totally doesn't sound like, you know, false something or other. Anyway, it's about 2 weeks ago. Ashley and I were holding down the fort that day. Gavin had locked himself in the office and told me that if I bothered him for anything other than an emergency, that I would not live to regret it. Food packaging. Oh, yes. Yeah. It kind of hurt. Yeah. Any kind of packaging, I imagine. Like anything that gets delivered in a box. You can't hope that then the recycling stuff, you know, considering the large amounts of cardboard that I send to be recycled, I hope that it does actually get recycled. I think red-bearded guy's name might be Percy. Percy, Queen Bee, Theo. Gavin, Naomi, Ashley. Iris in the middle. Juniper, our roommate. But anyway, Ashley and I were holding down the fort that day. Gavin locked himself in the office and told me that if I bothered him for anything other than emergency, that I would not live to regret it. Francine, who's the owner of the place, stayed home that day. She was marathoning in a competitive knitting show or something like that. Oh, I would totally watch that. Naomi was out shopping for some extra parts. The Dig Dug machine was acting up again. The buttons were sticking from some kids spilling a slushy on it. Blech. So what started as a pretty boring day in an empty funplex changed rapidly. When Theo came into the funplex, carrying an armload of giant rolled up posters.
Hello there.
Hello. Heyo, Ari. Heyo, Ashley. Welcome home, Theo.
Hiya.
Good morning, my fair Theo. How art thou? Only so? Freaking excited. I might explode into 1,000 bits. Yeah, don't judge me on my voice imitation. They only partially voice it, so I have to do the other, and it's not going to be quite the same. Please don't. That'd be an awful mess to clean up. We don't have nearly enough hydrogen peroxide to get out the bloodstains, and I don't have a plastic tub full of lye to dissolve your body parts in. You put way much thought into that, Ari. Not to mention the years of therapy Ari and I will have to go through to get over how horribly it would be to watch your friend die violently in front of you. I just can't afford it.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's just a turn of phrase. Chill. I'm not going to literally explode. But, guess what's happening in 2 weeks? It's something huge for us. Are they showing a compilation of internet cat videos at the movie quad? Please tell me, please tell me we're finally going to replace the blinding hard casino-like carpet beneath our feet. Hey, I like the carpet, it's fun. No, okay, I guess I've teased enough. Teo took the poster he was clutching and unravels them before us. It's Max time! Okay, so we now know that it is July 6th, 7th, or the 8th of 20XX. Tweeter.com/MaxPo and something else.com/MaxPo. MaxPo! Bring your quarters, the largest arcade gaming festival is here. It's Max time!
Oh my gosh.
Max? Max is already here?
Poops.
I thought that wasn't for another month. This means I really gotta double down on my cosplay production. Say goodbye to sleeping for the next 2 weeks. I've got so much to do now.
Bummer.
I know, right? I still have to meet with all the other dancers and work on our synchronized dance routine. Nearly not enough time to perfect it. I have to find a good time and place for an international Showtime stage community gathering. I still have to finish hand sewing all the embellishments to my tailcoat. Find or make a decent pocket watch. Start and finish my 3rd cosplay. I think you're... Yeah, okay, that's a lot. Ah, death, take me now! Wait, can we go back a minute? What exactly is Max? Clearly it's the world's largest arcade gaming festival? Okay, I can't do 2 voices together. I'm only one person, so... The best gaming convention ever. Did you both plan to say that in unison? Regardless, I'm still mostly confused and require further exposition. Max is the Mega Arcade Expo, an annual arcade gaming convention. It happens... Okay, I just realised I was really freaked out by his fingers. And I think that, like... It feels like they're slightly the wrong length, like slightly too long. Proportionally. That's why. It's just freaking me out. I don't know. Anyone else? Now staring at my hand like I'm on drugs or something. But no, it's like, yes, his hand, I don't know. I think it's the one that's on his hip. Just doesn't look quite right. I don't know. He's got nice arms. So I'll forgive him for having a weird left hand. That doesn't help at all, Tarkin. It really doesn't. It happens every year around this time over on the West Coast. But this year they're having a Max right here in our city. It's going to be the biggest one yet.
Yes!
I always go every year and show off my newest cosplay.
Love it.
It's a great way to meet a whole bunch of other arcade people. And catch up with those who you haven't seen since the last convention. It's so much fun. Okay, yes, okay, I see why you're both excited. Sounds cool. Yeah, and I was thinking we could put up some Max posters around the Funplex to, get all the locals hyped about it. That's a splendid idea, Teo. Finally an East Coast Max. We've got to make sure everyone knows about it. That we do. Teo and Ashley and I spent the next half hour putting up posters around the Funplex. We plastered as many surfaces as we could without making it look too obscene. While we were pushing pins into the wall... Ooh, don't do that. Teo and Ashley kept telling me stories of past Maxes and all the fun they had. Their spirit was infectious at the very least, hard for me to avoid ending up on the hype train. Choo-choo! Hype train, choo-choo! Most importantly... Right bun number. Maybe I need to revisit my buns. No, I'm good with my buttons. But more importantly, the more I heard, the more I started thinking about how we could use this event to benefit the Funplex in some way. And as the Funplex's newly minted event manager, I had to be on the lookout for opportunities like these. The very first Max on the East Coast, it'd be perfect. I feel like being an introvert is probably not, helpful for being an event manager. I feel like extroverted people have a built-in advantage. Not that that's not saying that you can't be, but you have to go out your comfort zone a little bit too much more. Stop yawning! Damn. Hey, can we promote the Funplex's event at Max? Good for local bars, and maybe we can convince some of the out-of-towners to stick around for it.
Ooh.
That's the one you've been working on, right, Ari? Yeah, I've got ideas for tournaments, token discounts, much to Gavin's displeasure, and more, and we'll be revealing the new game we got from the raid. I see, and do you have a name for this grand event yet? Yeah, Ari, what's it called? I've been thinking long and hard on coming up with the perfect name, but I think I figured it out. Are you ready? Am I? The suspense is killing us. The Funplex event will be called, we're gonna get to name it. Oh no, Funplex Rising. Okay. Oh no, we can edit it. Oh, we can edit it! Oh, okay. So Funplex Rising is the default. But we can change that. Do we change that? Do we keep the default? Can we think of something fun or punny? Unlike Phrase Invaders. Not very good with thinking up things. And if chat doesn't have any ideas, I might just go with the default. I was hoping for a couple of selections that I could pick based on my personality type, not come up with something. That's why my name is Ari Kada, because that's literally the default name. Yeah, we're just going to go with the default. I was thinking of calling it Funplex Rising. How's it sound? I wonder. Okay. That works. We shall call it Funplex Rising. What do you think? Huh? Oh, I do so love it.
Amazing.
It's perfect. Really? You named it Funplex Rising? There are worse things you could have called it. It's kind of catchy though. Nice work, friend. Huh, thanks you two. So how do I get tickets to Max? How can we advertise there? And how much would all of that cost? I'm still living off pizza bagels, you know? You mean you don't already have your tickets? They sell out on day one, my friend. Actually, they sell out about 20 minutes on day one, and all the hotel rooms are gone way sooner. What? No! My greatest plans foiled.
Beep beep.
Beep beep, Harry. While you were all talking, I located the scalpers who were selling tickets online at exorbitant prices. Then I hacked into their IP addresses, found less than tasteful information on a couple of them, which would make their lives very difficult if it got out in the open. After contacting them, I promised I wouldn't leak such sensitive materials into the internet in exchange for selling us the tickets at their original prices.
Hooray!
And they gladly obliged. Such nice humans. I transferred the funds from your account to theirs and secured the tickets. You should be getting an email for 2 Max tickets in approximately 3, 2, 1. Oh, and I suggest you invite Juniper to come along as your second. According to Juniper's Iris, she's very stressed from her job and could use a mini vacation. Okay, but Iris, that's kind of known as blackmail. What you just did is technically very, very illegal. Don't worry, Ari. I erased all possible leads back to you, you'll be fine. And it's all in the name of helping the Funplex, isn't it? Just like you wanted me to do. I'm not sure we should encouraging our artificial intelligences to commit crimes. Even if it's crimes against criminals. Because scalping should totally be a crime. Anyway. Well, Iris has been dedicating herself to this event. I couldn't be doing it without her, even if we need to have another talk about human ethics. Fine, but next time let's do it without any federal crimes, okay? Crimes against criminals are the best kind. Yeah, but they tend to be the most dangerous. Okay, it's a promise. Regardless, hey, tickets, now you can go, sweet. And I'm... Oh my god, that was actually all out loud as well. Oh dear god. And I'm not gonna pity a few cold-hearted, bloodthirsty ticket scalpers myself. Those guys ruin events like Max. Mr. Corners! Oh no, now I have 2 me's. I'll just reduce the number of me's I have. Mr. Corners, thank you so much. Where's my shout-out button? There we go. There's my Mr. Corners button. I'm also now classed myself as a raider. That's utterly hilarious to me. And hi, Nopals. Hi, Mr. Corners. How did you find Button City? I really enjoyed the game. And then, like, there were some of the mini games that required you to, like, get, like, lots of stars on, like, rhythm games. And I'm like, oh, no. But I loved the actual game. Just not the cleanup of the achievements, which I haven't done, to be fair. The game itself is cute. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Good. But yes, hello, welcome in Raiders. I'm assuming you all know me, but if you don't, hi, I'm Joe. We are doing Arcade Spirits. The first game, we are in the 3rd chapter, and we are, just getting sorted to go to a convention to promote our event, which we used the default name on because I'm not particularly creative with coming up with names of things off the top of my head. And we've been having random discussions about things like Australia closing down paper production, which is just scary thought, and other stuff. That was just the latest bit. We were talking about paper. Because we had a whole printer discussion in the game. There we go. There was a reason for that. I knew there was a reason for that. But anyway, hello, welcome in. Button City Capital. Oh, Button Moon. I remember Button Moon. Well, I remember the concept of Button Moon. I don't know whether I actually could tell you at all what happened on Button Moon, except that I remember it was cute. And there was possibly a little mouse. Was there also a telescope? Because we're talking 30 plus years since Button Moon. I would need more connections in my head, more tags to find the memories of that. But yeah. Apologies again. I have the yawns. The man's name? In Button Moon? No chance of remembering a name. And recall was yesterday. We finished it. It was definitely worth the finish. I'm glad I did. Mr. Spoon! Oh, well, I suppose that rhymes. Mr. Spoon, Button Moon. Yeah, there was like a whole little song. I'm fairly certain there was a mouse and a telescope as well. But yeah. I do remember Mr. Ben. He had a bowler hat and kept on going on adventures randomly. But then the whole thing was called Mr. Ben, so it wasn't like I was going to forget his name. Because that's the whole name of the TV show. But yeah, I'm not great with names. We had this discussion as well. And the fact that having to get a new job, it means I'm going to have to learn a lot of new names. And thank God for remote working where you can pin everyone's names to their video faces. because I don't think I can do IRL in-person name things again. Not easily. Wait, stop yawning! Anyway. Bagpuss? I'm not gonna forget Bagpuss. I never really watched it though. But one of my exes did. He liked Bagpuss. I've seen an episode. It's a pink cat with yellow stripes. It was the titular character. Yeah. But anyway, scalpers. Those guys ruin events like Max. Also, while I was procuring your tickets, I stumbled across the Funplex's Facewall account. It hasn't been updated in exactly 13 weeks, 2 days, 14 hours and 54 seconds. The Funplex's social media presence is completely non-existent. We should fix that. Wait, we have a Facewall account? I mean, that does make sense, but still, I had no clue of its existence. I sort of run it. I'm really bad at keeping up on it, though. That sounds like it would be Gavin's thing. Why isn't he in charge of it? Have fun on the field! Chase some bunnies for us. I like how colourful this is. Yes. I just like the art and the concept, and it makes me happy. And I want to make friends with people. And it's geeky gaming, and it's like mainstream gaming is mainstream. Oh, mine only chases some dogs. Oh, okay, fine. Chase some dogs for me then. Hi, Subterfuge! Gavin couldn't care less about social media. He says that, and I quote, "Social media is where idiots go to yell at each other about nothing of any importance, and I am not going to waste my time with it." I mean, yes, but it's also got cats. That also sounds like Gavin. Yep. Cool. Definitely want the friend report when you get back. Have fun. But yes. Hey. And Francine is too old to understand the importance of social media. Naomi is way too busy with all her beloved games, so it fell into my hands. Which, as Iris stated, I haven't been doing a great job at it. Well, we should take advantage of it for this. We can use the Facewall account to spread the word of Funplex Rising. You're completely right. I should work harder at it. Or if you want, you could take it over. As the event manager, that'd make sense. Yeah, I'm going to take it over. I really should take on this responsibility. It can only benefit the Funplex. And Ashley's right. Getting the word out is part of being an event manager. Right, I got this. Ashley, can you email me the login info? Yeah, it's super secure there. Mind you, probably better than putting on a post-it note. But post-it note does not leave an electronic trail, and at least you could shred it and change the password. Oh, you can still change the password afterwards. Yeah. Anyway. Yes, I don't somehow think we're going to get news on the kittens, sadly, this chapter. But if I don't get closure on whether the kittens are happy by the end of the game, I'm going to have words with the developer, who I'm in the Discord, and then I can ask what happened to the kittens. But we'll have to get to the end first. And if we're going to be friends with Naomi, then hopefully at least we get kitten story. Yep, and yeah. Ashley pulls out her phone and fiddles with it for a minute. Login, get. Congratulations, you are the new owner of our social media accounts. Huzzah! The power is all mine. Thanks for tweeting out the stream, Mr. Corners. Mine! Ashley, are you sure you want to give Ari this much power? If the fact that they threw their head back and cackled isn't sign enough, I don't know what is. I'm not worried one bit. Excellent. I feel like to do the excellent. I cannot do the Mr. Burns thing also. Oh my god, my hands are cramping. Oh. Okay, I blame screwing in the screw thingies to attach all my bits of furniture together. Apparently... Oh, I'm just going to stretch my fingers. Apparently they didn't like it so much. Can't imagine why. Ooh, right, okay. I don't like the feeling of my fingers right now. So I'm just going to ignore them and carry on with the game. Ari, I can help the Funplex keep up with the Faceball too. I can program timed posts and use effective keywords to get the most out of each post. SEO is one of my many, many talents. SEO is, for those of you that don't know, search engine optimization. It's targeting keywords to maximize exposure where people do Google searches for things. That'd be helpful actually, you know, just don't break any laws.
Sounds good.
Understood. Do I have permission to access your contacts on Facewall? Sure. And there. I've sent out notifications to everyone on your friends list and your friends' friends list about Funplex Rising. That was fast. No joke. One more thing, your site should have about 75% more images. Did you know that 90% of people prefer looking at pictures online rather than reading? Yes. Especially pictures of cats. Definitely should be more pictures of cats. Maybe I should put a picture of a cat on my CV. That'll make people hire me. Because my CV is very boring and has all just a wall of text because I've done a lot of things and I really need to make my CV look not boring. That's tomorrow's problem. Sometimes I don't understand you sentient beings. Your Iris does make a good point. We should totally come up with a poster for our event. We can hand them out at Max too. And of course put them up around the arcade. Okay, the arcade isn't too hectic today. Ashley, if you can watch the floor, I can go design us a sweet flyer to pass out to the congoers. It's time to deploy my mad artist skills.
Ooh.
I do not have mad artist skills. Luckily, I have contacts that I can give money to do mad artist skill type things. Which is why I have gorgeous emotes and channel art. Because I have friends who are good at this thing and I have money so I can pay them for the art. Because that is very important. Pay your artists, people. But I also have a bunch of art that I really want to make into like little bannery things to sort out my profile, which does look very boring. Including having a section on giveaways with an actual like template for the tweets that I'm expecting people to tweet out, because that would be a lot easier than just be like, hey, can you just like tag me? If I have like a little template where people can click on a link and then just put in the image, then that would be so much easier. But it requires time and spoons, and I don't have spoons. I have somewhat time, but less than I would like. And I'm not giving myself a huge to-do list to do in my time off. Because that way means that I will do nothing. But I also want to put art on like t-shirts and stuff, because I've got some good ideas. I just have not got good around to setting that up either. Maybe I do more pillows as well, so Milo has something else to chew. But anyway, sounds like a plan. Let's make this the best Max ever, one we will never forget. So maybe we'll be hanging out with Ashley and Tia as well this chapter as Juniper. That would be cool. Get some time working on those friendships. I spent the rest of the afternoon working hard on having the perfect design for our poster. Well, a design for our poster at any rate. My toes are cold. What time are we? Okay, it's only an hour in. Which brings me back around to the stack of papers currently in my arms, which do not in fact resemble the poster I designed. Okay, actually this looks really cool, so yeah. Moopy World Record something edition? Competition maybe? High score contest, all day all games, Fist of Discomfort tournament, and mystery rare game reveal. Oh, I took the liberty of tuning your poster just a little. I mean, this looks really good. I don't know what it looked like before, but this looks really cool. And changing the font selection and picking out new clip art and rearranging everything and using a poppier colour scheme. but I liked my original design.
Come on.
Ari, you used Comic Sans. Hey, don't knock Comic Sans. It's a good font. It's very readable. Papyrus. Okay, that is a problem. This is a really nice font. I particularly like this font. I'm not sure how dyslexic friendly it is. It has triangles as A's, but it's a very nice font. I like the balance. I like this. Can I make this hide? Oh, no. I want to make it hide so I can see the bottom bit. Comic Sans is cool, right? It looks like a comic book. No, but gamer nerds love comic books, don't they? And Papyrus was in that movie with the blue cat people's aliens. Blue cat people aliens that everyone loved. Really, was Papyrus in Avatar? Is that what that font was? Ugh. Take it from a wannabe visual designer. Comic Sans is a one-way ticket to the uncool zone. But these new flyers are going to pull people in from the four corners of the globe. No, I think it just says something addition, not competition anyway. Well, yeah, I mean, these are kind of not bad. Pretty good, actually. Okay, they're superior by every conceivable metric. I didn't know you were an artist, Juniper.
Well, I mean...
Not really. I mean, I guess I'm good at pretending to be one, but I couldn't, like, make art for a living, right? I couldn't, I mean... If you enjoy doing something, you don't have to do it for a living. You can just do it as a hobby. You do not have to monetize your hobbies. You can also do something and be bad at it, but if you enjoy doing it, it's great. It's like, I'm bad at computer games, so there you go. Anyway, if that stack isn't enough, I also emailed you a copy of the original file. Just take it to a copy shop or something, they can run off more. Publishing document get. So, back to the point at hand, getting the information to the masses. Maybe if we just start yelling, hey you guys! Several people turn around and look at us confusedly. Juniper!
What?
Yelling is probably not the best way to get our word out. Well, you should post that poster to the Facewall page and the Twitter. And I'm actually still waiting for Ashley and Teo to show up. They promised they would help me, so I think I'll just hang out until they arrive. As you like, seems like my work here is done. Juniper pulls out her phone and checks it. Funplex folks, fling some flyers. As for me, there's a really cool panel I want to attend. How to get your foot in the door of the arcade art industry. Oh yeah, 100% do that, sweetie. I mean, not that I'm seriously thinking about it, just, it's interesting and stuff. No, go!
Later.
It's starting in 10 minutes. I'll catch up with you at home. Good luck, Harry. Juniper waves as she trots off. I lose sight of her instantly as she ducks into the crowd. Growing up, I always knew that arcades were amazingly popular, but the reality of it all really didn't stick until being here at Max. Thousands of people all coming together for their love of games. Actually pretty darn inspiring. I muster enough courage to wade my way through several hundred people in the main convention hall. Eventually I find a safe space, a humble bench near the water fountains. I make this my home base while I wait for my friends. Since both Teo and Ashley are running late, I have some time to fully take in my surroundings, in a calmer fashion, of course. Everywhere I look, everything I see, it's all steeped in arcade culture. Booths are set up for all the major arcade companies, each table vying for the attention of the crowd. Some have spaces set up with stages, flashing lights, and people throwing t-shirts into lines of people. Talk about those lines for a second though. There are lines for everything. Lines to play games, lines to go see a panel, lines to eat disgusting convention food, lines for the bathroom. There are even lines to get into other lines. And they all just wait there, standing, happily chittering amongst themselves. They have trouble waiting in line for 10 minutes, the whole story for a coffee, let alone waiting in line for 3 hours just to play a game that'll be released in 4 months. These people aren't even human anymore. Their perseverance is godlike. Yes, I have to admit I'm not a big line fan. Something like EGX, I will not line up to play one of the big games. But I will line for like panels and stuff if but not 3 hours. Definitely would not stand in line to 3 hours to play 10 minutes of a game that I'm not going to buy just to see it. But I also like the fact that the indie games tend to have fewer lines. And they're the ones I'm interested in. The sensory output here is overwhelming. Another reason why I hate conventions. People are shouting and laughing as they crowd areas. The music pumps out of several different booths, making it a weird mashup of notes and chiptunes. There's even a giant dinosaur that people can take selfies with. As I contemplate how I'm going to attract all these people to Funplex Rising, I hear sounds of very loud and very upbeat music from behind me. I feel the bumping of the bass reverberate through my shoes and I turn around. Teo! Ari! Teo sets down a colossal boombox at his feet. I recognise the music now. It's from Showtime Stage, and Teo is bumping his signature song. I motion for him to turn the music down and he complies. The last thing I need to do is lose my voice from shouting before I even get a chance to talk to anybody. Hey! Sorry, I'm late. I had some last-minute dance moves I had to incorporate into the routine. No worries, I just got here myself. Despite Max's many attempts to trample me, I have survived thus far. Yes, looks like you are significantly non-trampled. Nicely done. Don't congratulate me yet, we still have the rest of the day to endure. What's with the boombox, by the way? Oh, it's for the Showtime Stage gathering. There are going to be a couple of hundred of us from all over the world. Didn't realise there's a Showtime Stage communities in other countries.
Absolutely.
We're actually the second biggest community. The largest is in Japan. Several players flew all the way from Tokyo just to be a part of our Showtime Stage flash mob. Ooh. Is this the... I'm just going to go with let's throw caution to the wind. What? Yes, I want to join in. I mean, I would totally want to join in a flash mob. I can't dance to save my life, but I would totally want to join in. I admit I've probably spent way too much time watching videos of flash mobs doing random stuff for upvotes, but they look like so much fun. And to take everyone by surprise like that, I want to see the looks on their faces. I want in. Ari, might be a little too late for that. Been planning this for months, and it's taken coordination from all the leaders of all the Showtime groups. There's a lot of work from all sides to make this come together. Now all that's left is to actually do it. In fact, Ari, you should come watch it. That's Ashley. That's not an elegant... Well, it is an elegantly dressed gentleman, but it's also Ashley. Why are you dressed as a butler? Nice moustache, though. I was about to respond when a very elegantly dressed gentleman caught my eye. He wore a black proper tailcoat with an ornate sigil pinned to his breast. Accompanying his suit, he had fashioned himself with white regal gloves. The cloth draped over his arm, he held tightly onto an antique tea kettle. That is not a comfortable position to be in all day. As he approached, the crowd parted like waves for Moses. There were oohs and ahs from onlookers, and people pulled out their phones to get a grip picture of him. Like the rest of the crowd, I was taken back how immaculate this butler was. Absolute perfection. I felt like I'd time-warped back to the 1800s and about to have tea with royalty. He stepped up to me and Teo and gave us a slight bow. Normally this would be ridiculously out of place, but not at an arcade convention. He's a character from a hot fighting game called Melee Maidens. It's all about ninja maids and battle butlers duking it out for the right to serve at a fancy tea party or something. Oh, that's cool. I mean, oh my god, I think I'm in love, and something's very familiar about this butler, but we have to say, tea! Earl Grey. Hot. Tea! Earl Grey. Hot. Plus, we're totally leveling up our other attributes and not being completely basic. We haven't won any points with anyone yet. This cosplayer is decked out in full butler regalia, teapot and all. I think I'll play along with this charade. Just in time. The dilithium crystal... Why? We're taking it a little too far. Okay. Just in time. The dilithium crystals are busted and the replicators are on the fritz, number one. Make it so. Ari, it's me. How does Mystery Butler know my name? Do I have a stalker who is also a butler? What if... We work together. Uh-huh. Did Francine hire someone and not tell me about it? How long have Gavin, Naomi and... Ashley? Took you long enough. Jeez. I mean, I got it the second I saw her, but, you know. The confused look on your face. Priceless. Have you never seen Ashley's crossplay before? Possibly. Probably not. What's crossplay? It's when you cosplay as another gender. Oh, it's when you cosplay as another gender. Oh, okay, actually, seriously, you look completely different. I didn't even recognize you. You also look completely fine. That is a very excellent suit. I'm sorry I let you think otherwise for a minute, but it was all in good fun. No worries, it's pretty impressive work. Oh, it's not impressive at all. I mean, I could have done a much better job at sewing the coattails, and I need to be at least 5 inches taller, and I didn't go to the gym enough before this. You can't change any of that now, and honestly, it looks fine. Regardless, the cosplay parade is starting soon, and I need to get over there. You should come with me. Ah, hey now, Ari was going with me to the Showtime stage gathering. Well, whatever Ari wants to do, it's their choice. That's fair. Oh, I've got to choose. Well, I have no cred with Teo whatsoever, and he basically just told me I couldn't do the dance, even though I would probably be terrible at it. So we're going to watch the cosplay with Ashley because we work with her. And also he's got a weird finger and I can't stare at that hand. Either way, it'll be a good opportunity to promote Funplex rising to one crowd or another. So would you like to come with me to the cosplay parade? Or join me in the flash mob? Cosplay parade. Huzzah! This way! Sorry, Teo, but yeah. Ashley led the way as we weaved between people in the crowd. We travelled through the largest exhibit hall to get to the cosplayer gathering. Ashley had mentioned that it was in the Pac-Man Theatre, which meant risking our lives through the most densely packed hall of the entire con. And I thought the main hall was bad, but this was 1,000 times worse. At one point they announced that the show floor had just opened up and a huge rush of people came straight for us. Gave me flashbacks to the one time I worked in a shoe shop retail over the holidays. The horror. The horror! The gamer stampedes came straight towards us, wild eyes and groping hands, and I thought for sure I was going to get trampled to death. At the last second, Ashley pulled me to safety. You gotta be more careful, Ari. Don't lose sight of me. She points to her eyes and then back to mine. Our eyes now locked forever in a mystical eye-locking spell. Eventually, after several more attempts on my life through various death by copious amounts of people, we made our way to the Pac-Man Theatre. The theatre was huge, capable of packing in several hundred people. Most of the seats were already taken too, and people were milling around the auditorium aisles. My floor attendant sensors detected this as a fire hazard, but, A huge stage had been set up in front of us where normally there'd be a table for the speakers, like in a panel discussion forum. Since the theatre is so large, they placed projector screens on either side of the stage, so whatever is happening can be seen by those sitting in the back row. It's safe to assume this is one of the auditorium's safe but more popular panels, and now the cosplay parade. Ashley, what exactly is a cosplay parade? I'm so glad you asked, Ari.
Let's see.
It's where all the cosplayers get together, line up and show off their latest creations to the masses on the theatre stage up there. Now that I think about it, kind of self-explanatory, right? Sometimes they even give prizes to the best cosplayers, but this one's pretty chill. No prizes? Hi, kitty. Not even a shiny plastic cup to hept over your head? Maybe one day. Today we're here to appreciate each other's talents and have fun. Before I can interject again, Ashley runs over to a person dressed as a maid. It looks very uniform to Ashley's butler cosplay. Maybe they're from the same game.
Oh my gosh!
I absolutely adore your Mia from LA Maidens. It's totally cute, and your sword, incredible. Thank you. I made it from craft foam and warbler. It only took like 30 hours to do. That's so professional looking, dang. And I can't get over how dapper your Angus is. The details you put into his pocket watch are phenomenal. I actually found the watch at the thrift store and then just modelled the extra embellishments on with clay. This went on for some time. I felt it would be rude to interrupt Ashley where she's obviously having so much fun being part of her community. As they continued to chat about making costumes, I noticed that more and more cosplayers were filing into the theatre. For once in my life, I actually felt uncomfortable wearing my usual comfy as heck hoodie. I felt underdressed compared to all the LA Maidens cosplayers. Seriously, was this a costume ball or a black tie gala? Not even mentioning the congregation of feathers, capes, prop weapons and wigs. And someone in a giant Moopy costume made out of square foam pixels. Percy would be delighted to see that. 'Tis Percy. Yes, Moopy, I think, is the game that Percy bought because he wanted to continue playing it. But yeah, that was from the first thing. That was the back in May chapter. You'd have to go back and watch the VOD if you wanted to catch up with that because it was a long time ago. But they're all on YouTube. Anyway, for all the visual chaos, the vibe remained pretty chill and friendly, just folks sharing a common joy and dressing up as someone else. Eventually, Ashley parted from her conversation to check on me. Ah, no worries, Mr. Coolness. Have a great day yourself. Thanks for stopping by and thank you for the raid. So, yeah, sometimes I get so swept up in it all. I get it. Back at the Funplex, you mentioned you can only see some of your friends here at these cosplay events. Oh yeah, cosplayers travel all over. More than other gaming communities, I bet. Do you know everyone here? Oh no, I mean, I know a good amount of people here, but everyone, nah. It sure seems like you do. I've seen at least 30 people come up and compliment your butler. Hey, nice Angus. Love the tailcoat. Thanks.
Thank you.
See what I mean? You're mega popular. You think we can spin that at some kind of cosplay event at Funplex Rising? Hey, great idea. We can have a real cosplay contest. And I'm gonna win. What's this? Competitive, Ashley? You've been taking notes from Queen Bee, haven't you? Don't tell us you saw us practicing in the bathroom the other day. I didn't. But now I can't get that image out of my head. We ladies gotta stick together. Ladies helping ladies. My chuckles were interrupted by one of the Max attendants. If you are participating in the cosplay parade, I need you to gather together in the backstage green room. I repeat, all cosplayers proceed to the green room. Like a slow herd of brightly coloured sheep, Ashley and I moved into the next room to join the rest of the cosplayers. We got to the front of the line. The attendant stopped me dead in my tracks. Cosplayers only, no handlers unless you are visibly holding up something. Handlers? Oh. Hey, Ari. Ashley tilts her head as if to signal me to step aside. Excuse us, we'll be right back. If you want to be part of the parade, you have to be back here in the next 20 minutes. I step out the line and stand next to Ashley, who's digging through her bag. I was hoping it wasn't going to come to this, but I feel like this is our only option. Ashley pulls out a surprisingly fancy and elegant maid outfit, and then hands it to me. I need you to wear this. I'm going to make a pun because why not? Sign me up. I'm made to order. That is the cutest maid outfit I've ever seen. Look at all the frills. I do have a fondness for cute dresses and maids. I totally do not personally, but I'm playing a character. Ashley, did you bring this specifically for me to wear? Yes. Sometimes handlers aren't allowed on stage, and I need to make sure I got you on stage with me. So I brought an extra cosplay just in case. That is so awesome. I can't wait to try it on and see how I look. Wait, did you say stage? Why are we going up there? Because we need to spread the word about Funplex Rising. What better way to do that than on stage in the biggest auditorium at the convention centre of Max? Oh. Okay, I'm in. Let's find you someplace where you can change. We make our way to the nearest bathrooms and I changed into the maid outfit. Please, can we see it? I struggled to figure out all the clasps and what velcros to what, but Ashley took the time to help me get situated. Once we were done, we headed backstage, which I'd say resembled the Funplex break room, but hey, same purpose, same function. Oh, we're getting some more Ashley love. And we'll focus on the girlies this time around for friends. I want to be friends. Here, the cosplayers lie in wait for the next big show to start, including one particular butler and a newly minted maid. Squeak! Oh, she's so adorable. You look so cute. I wish she looked half as cute as you doing this. Seriously, you're going to have to do this for me more often. You make a perfect Alice. Alice? Right, I forgot you know nothing of Melee Maidens. Alice is head maid of the Neko Manor. Okay. So Angus, that's me, and Alice, that's you, are siblings, fighting alongside each other to prevent other maids and butlers from taking over their estates. They fight for Lady Nice.
Oh my!
And I almost forgot. Ashley pulls out more costume stuff from her pack. This time it's a set of cat ears and a tail. Alice is a cat girl. What? But you don't have cat ears, and I thought we were siblings. Shh, spoilers. You don't find out that they're siblings until after you beat Angus's story arc. When the game starts, Angus has amnesia, and after you win, Alice appears and tells you everything. Angus's power is unleashed, and he becomes his old catboy self. It also unlocks an extra skin you can play with, but now we've gotten very far off track. Satisfied? Any more questions? I think that covers it. Ashley fastens the cat tail on the back of my maid dress and places the headband on my head. With the costume finalised, I take a long, hard look in the mirror. And I look awesome? I like it. I like the purple bow. I like the cat ears. I look awesome. I'm taller than I expected. That was why I was confused. I'm like, oh, I made my character tall. I can't remember my character creation from the beginning. Because I went with a very sort of, you know, non-binary type character. So I was just very confused, but it was taller than I expected. I expected me to be similar height to Ashley. Obviously, I picked a tall character. Yeah. But anyway. Oh my god, Squee, I'm so cute. Hi, Nikki. Oh, good. Kate and Steph are here. Who? They're a couple of my good cosplay friends, and they are way more talented than me, even. And they just so happen to be the MCs for the cosplay parade. Ashley waves over to them, and they smile, waving back. I talked with them earlier. After the parade, they'll let us come up on stage and talk about Funplex Rising. Whoa, really? Really? Thank you so much, Ashley. That'll help a ton. Yeah, it helps to know some people sometimes. We found a few other cosplayers who dressed up as other Merlin Maidens characters, and we all formed up into a group. Even though we were together, Ashley and I kept to ourselves, save for pleasantries. As we chatted away, the max attendants came back to give us a final warning before we went on stage. Everyone listen up. We've got 10 minutes before the parade. Make sure you're all ready to go. I think I'm experiencing performance anxiety. My heart rate's increased and I feel flushed. This pressure to look perfect is too much. Ashley, do I look okay? Are my ears on straight? What about the tail? You look fine, trust me.
Amazing!
You are the best catgirl maid I've ever seen. Bet you say that to all your cosplay friends. I don't. Honest. Well, I think that you're, what did you call it? Crossplay. It's fantastic. Why did you choose to crossplay as Angus anyway? I expected you to be one of the other fancy maids.
I crossplay because that's what makes me feel most comfortable. At first, I dressed as various boys because I adored those characters so much, you know? But the more I did it, the more I had fun with it. The more I began to feel like me. And then I wanted to do it more and more. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what that means in relation to who I am, and that's the confusing part.
Okay, that just makes Ashley even cooler.
But I guess that's all part of the journey about finding out more about myself.
I'm very jealous of her mustache.
I know it's hard to understand, but just know that I'm working on being happy with myself. And one day, I'll be able to put words into what I'm feeling. But until then, I'll enjoy the ride.
I see. I hope I didn't pressure you into oversharing just now.
I wouldn't have shared it if I didn't feel comfortable with you. I mean this with all my heart. You are a cherished friend.
I made a friend. Oh gosh, thanks Ashley. I really appreciate the trust you put in me. I won't let you down. Cosplayers, the time is nigh. Once again, the attendants started barking orders at us. We all shuffled into another line, like how we were told to do earlier, and slowly we all began filing out of the room. The closer we got to the stage doors, the more I feel the nerves creep in. Where next? Melee Maidens Group, go. Now. Ashley looks over at me, just beaming. This is her life, her everything. Take a deep breath, Ari. I close my eyes, taking in as much air as I can. I hold it in for a long moment before exhaling. It's got to be authentic. Open my eyes slowly and then take a step into the Pac-Man Theatre and onto the stage. I would totally fall over my feet at this point. And I'm following Ashley, who's following the rest of the maid and butler crew. Once all of us are on stage, the MCs announce us as the Melee Maidens group. I look out in front of us, I can see a completely packed theatre. It's hard to make out specific faces due to the stage lights, but I can see the outline of hundreds of people. A rush of adrenaline surges through my body and I look over to Ashley. Proper butler, she takes each step with purpose and elegance. She isn't breaking character for anything, not all the chairs in the audience, not all the people smiling and laughing around her. She is Angus and she's owning it. The announcers asked us to strike a pose on 3, 2, 1. Fighting pose. I bring up my fists, ready for some fisticuffs. Not that I've ever taken a martial arts class, but I've seen enough martial arts to know some basic style. We finish holding our poses long enough for everyone in the audience to get a good amount of pictures of us. And once a sufficient amount of snaps have been snapped, an MC instructs us to stay on the stage, passing Ashley a microphone for the big Funplex Rising announcement.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It means so much to us that you could join my sister Alice and I here at Nico Manor. As you know, we adore organising exorbitant galas at Lady Nice's estate. However, Alice and I are planning a very extravagant event at a very extravagant location. Go on, Alice, tell them everything. Ashley hands the mic to me. Watching her never break character has inspired me to play along too. That's right, Angus. Next weekend we'll be hosting a costume contest at Francine's Arcade Funplex at the Twin Pines Mall. It's all part of Funplex Rising, along with a Fist of Discomfort tournament, a world record attempt on Moopy's Magical Maze, and the reveal of a very rare and mysterious game. Oh my, first time the public will have seen it? You know it, brother. This isn't the event to miss, it will be the most noteworthy event of the season. And remember, this is a private affair, so please, only tell your closest friends. Ashley winks to the audience before bowing. Another rush of cheers fills the theatre as we walk off stage for a second time. The MCs give their closing words and dismiss the audience. As people begin exiting the auditorium, I feel my phone vibrate in my hidden dress pocket. At first it was a couple of vibrations, but before I could realise what was happening, my phone started seizing. What the? I pulled my phone from my pocket and saw that the Funplex's face wall had over 1,000 shiny new likes. No, really, what the hell?
Hey, listen!
The cosplay parade is a huge part of every Max and generates thousands of photos and articles online. Also, it was being live streamed. Ashley, you failed to mention that part! Well, you seemed so nervous and I didn't want to make it worse.
Good work.
And that act you just pulled has now generated a 700% increase of traffic on our site. I also gobbled up some paid keywords, so if anyone posts about cosplay at Max, they will see an ad for Funplex Rising. Pretty genius, right? It's like when you click on images of maid outfits while you're surfing the internet and then see an ad for buying one right on your face wall. Oh, it looks like you finally got one. Busted! Iris, stop looking at my browser history.
Bad command or
But
violently?
that's deeply embedded within my program. Fine, just keep that private, okay? Done. Quickly I scanned my own face wall, and even people I knew who weren't arcaders were talking up a storm about it. I could also hear cosplayers discussing it as we waited for the auditorium to clear out. Can't wait until next weekend, that Funplex Rising thing sounds like a blast. I clicked ahead. Oops. Oh, no, it literally was what it said. Totally going to that Funplex place. Oh, do I want to wear my next cosplay there? Ari, we did it! I had lots of help from you too, Ashley. Don't count yourself out. Make a pretty great team. It's great to hear all the buzz around the cosplay community, and Iris really helped with the social media aspect. I can't believe it was that easy. I mean, tiring, but easy. That was great, fun and all, but I'm completely exhausted. Me too. Need a break from all this, some time to collect my thoughts and rest my eyes from all those flashing lights. Still seeing spots. You hear that Gavin and Naomi are running a pop-up arcade for the Funplex. A bunch of other local arcades are doing the same over in Hall B. Might be worth stopping by there for a breather with some friends. And make sure they aren't slacking. That sounds like a solid plan. You want to come with me? Right, yeah, I need to do some touch-ups on my makeup. How about I meet you there later? Great. See you soon. I wave bye to Ashley as I make my way towards the restrooms to get changed back into my usual clothes for the time being. And then it's off to Exhibit Hall B on the lookout for Gavin's serious face or Naomi's kind one. Ooh, this sounds like the perfect time to have a quick break. Okay, we are going to have a very quick break. Well, not a very quick break. We're going to have a break. Because it's stretching time. And probably top up my tea with some hot water time, and, you know, the usual. Everyone else should have hydrate and stuff. So I will be back in a few minutes. Hello, says the void. You are back. How many friends did you new make? You know what I mean. Right. Okay. Let's see. Exhibit Hall B. It very much resembles Exhibit Hall A, where I started my day. Industry types, dealers, swag, crowds. But there's definitely more actual arcade games here, as local places have set up pop-up arcades all over the place. It's hard to notice the smaller displays with the giant, garish Deco's Palace display eating up the centre, but I managed to crawl my way around the edges to find... Oh! Lots of people. Okay, fair enough. Well, for now, pretty much everyone else in the crew is safe for Francine. Teo and Ashley are still off hanging out with their various communities. I've got some time. Maybe I can bend someone's ear. Meanwhile, let's see what everyone else is doing right now. Gavin's reading the news bored out of his mind. Naomi's fixing up a busted Gallagher. She could use a break. Percy's idly playing a round of Nibbler. We've not actually talked to Percy at all. Queen Bee looks worried and agitated. We did lots of talking to Naomi last time. I think I want to talk to Queen Bee. Queen Bee looks stressed out, just loitering around, not playing games. Because yeah, so we've got her and Ashley about the same level, but if we're going for all the girlies this time, being friends with them, then Queen Bee's definitely something I need to work. Queen Bee's definitely someone I need to work with. Yeah. We'll do an off-stream run where we care about the boys. Girl power at the moment. Hey, oh, hi, kid. How's Max treating you? Decently? And you? You look kind of frazzled. Who?
Well,
Me? I'm totally okay. I'm well... Yeah, okay. No, I'm in the losers bracket. Meaning? The big FOD tournament they're hosting here at Max. I advanced from pools, but I'm in the losers bracket. If I lose one more match, I'm out. Finished. Dead. Loser. I get it.
ugh.
Right now, I'm just sitting around waiting to be called up for my next match, trying not to worry and failing miserably. It sucks. It seriously sucks. Allow me to provide a service to our valued customer and distract you then. Want to talk? Yeah, sure. Why the bleep not? We amble on behind the Funplex display to a neat little corner wedged between two other industry booths. A good spot for a quietist chat.
Look, don't worry about me, okay? This sort of stress is healthy. A good competitor feeds off stress as nourishment, grows strong, powerful. I've been in the loser's bracket before and gotten all the way to the finals. Tournaments are my thing. And I know win or lose, my fans are going to have my back. Even if the scene as a whole doesn't. Even if L7 doesn't.
Aww. You mean your stream subscribers? I like to call them my fans. My fam, you know. Lots of streamers just call them subs, but that overemphasizes the capitalism bit of being a celeb. Yes. I have fans. I mean, it's a smaller amount, but I have fans. You guys like me, right? Even before I signed on with L7 Gaming, I had a decent little base of fans following me around. Even before I settled on Fist of Discomfort as my main focus game. Oh. Man, you should have seen little Queen Bee in her early days flailing around in fighting games and poking at MOBAs with a webcam in her bedroom. Oh, that really would have been adorable to see. Probably shouting, "Mum, I want chocolate milk," right? I'd be too freaked out to have a webcam in my bedroom. I mean, in my bedroom, yes. But if that was where my PC was, then sure. Mine's in my lounge, but then I have a green screen, so all you really see is me and my mic. And a cushion occasionally. So, I'm okay with... Yeah, if this was set up in my bedroom, I think it would just be awkward, depending on when I had stuff set up. But originally, I used to have my PC in my bedroom. Because all I had was my room that was mine. But yeah, that would have been a bit of a pain for setting up green screens. That's something I need to consider when I'm designing my dream house, is how to set up the streaming area, because I want it to basically be as comfortable as possible and as easy to stream as possible, but also need to make sure that, you know, it's also usable as a lounge / whatever it needs to be. But anyway, I'm going to go with, oh, that would have been adorable. I can picture it now. Teeny weeny bopper proto queen bee wearing a My Little Pony t-shirt and playing Pokemons on stream. Ha, you're not half wrong. Well, you know you are half wrong. They were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shirts, not ponies. But shit, you're half right about Pokemonsters. I got super sick of figuring out EV ratings and breeding to get shinies and stuff. As time went on, I solidified what I wanted out my esports career, developed a good fan base, and they've been solid with me the whole way, rain or shine. Yeah, see, I don't want to make a career out of this. It's not something I'd want to do full time. I mean, I'm not even sure it's something I could do full time. Because occasionally I just get so tired that I couldn't, you know, stream. And sometimes I get sad, and then you don't want depressed Joe streams. They're maudlin. I like the amount that I do now, and you know, I seem to have been growing a weensy bit. Teensy bit. Hopefully I can grow a little bit more over the year. That's the plan, but not excessively so. I don't think I could deal with partner levels of stuff. I just settle for, you know, having a decent base of people that want to watch me stream regularly. You know, obviously y'all are my OG fans, right? But yeah. So, even if I'm having a rough time of it at the Max tournament, I know they'll still be there when I get home tonight. And I'll definitely be there when I'm annihilating the local scrubs at your Funplex Rising Fist of Discomfort tourney. Iris is lining up the scrubs for you to knock over as we speak. Invitations are in the mail. I know most of the locals, friends with half of them, rivals with half of them, enemies with half of them. That's too many halves. That doesn't add up, but hey, it's more like a Venn diagram. Most importantly, I'll be seeing them face to face, none of the anonymous internet douchenuts I was playing off against as a kid. Especially being a young woman playing online, you wouldn't believe the amount of harassment I faced. It was gross. That's why I love arcades. Most people don't fuck with you when you're fighting face to face. It takes the anonymity away. Every once in a while, you still get a butthead giving you a hard time. I don't know what's behind all these things, but there's a certain amount of respect you get from seeing their faces. We're all in it together. We are family. We are family. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I got all my sisters and me. I probably shouldn't sing that one. I don't feel like I'm giving it enough respect. Because I can't do the voice. I don't know. I think I'm overthinking it. Packed in like sardines, elbow to elbow, fighting for dominance but on equal ground. No anonymous jerk-offs, just competitors. Putting it on the line. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to pull off that one. It's just, you know, the... Anyway. Fuck yeah, kid. I love tourneys. Win or lose. Losers brackets or winners finals. I am here, and I am here to stay. I see. But you aren't face to face with stream fans. And your fans are cheering you on from afar. Don't forget your friends will be there too. I mean, I'm going to go with fans. And as you lay your opponent out, your braying online audience screaming for blood, you become a Roman gladiator of the 21st century. Ooh, damn right. An in-person audience or an internet audience are both cool in my books. Different flavours, but I know they're cheering me on. Well, the smart ones are. It's the dumb ones, while I lap up their salty tears as I destroy my enemies. Yes, but My thing that was going in my head was that I don't mind singing, like, you know, the white girl chick songs, but I don't feel like I can do like the amazing black women singing justice, because I just don't have their voices. That was where I was going with that. So it's less of a can I do it? It's more of a should I do it? That was where I was going. Then anyway, brain whatever. We're lapping up the salty tears of our enemies. Okay, I'm feeling better now. Solid. Ready to go into round 2. Losers bracket or no, look there. Bleep out, because Queen Bee's coming for blood. When does round 2 start anyway? Real soon now. I think I'll go loiter by the Fist of Destruction machines in the Hall C. You keep it real, okay, Ari? Promote the event, get folks in to witness me in all my glory, and let's make it happen. 2 of us go our separate ways. Her to rejoin the tournament, me to catch up with Teo and Ashley again back at the mini funplex. Yep, basically. My current status, sitting. And enjoying it. Took a few minutes of searching and stalking, but eventually I found an open seat in the pop-up arcade. While the sit is satisfying, the rest of everything else is miserable. My feet are sore from walking all over, and I don't remember the last time I ate. I feel dehydrated and I have a slight headache from all the noise. And there are still 4 more hours of PAX left! Oh, if Gavin saw me in my current state, leaning back, arms at my side, completely exhausted, I can picture it clearly. He'd be looming over me with his dark and fetid eyes. He would lean in close and frown, grumbling. He'd say, "Ari, may I remind you that these seats are for patrons only." I sighed audibly, just thinking about it. Hey, you bought a ticket, you get to sit. As luck would have it, though, Gavin and Naomi are huddled over the Gallagher cabinet, trying to figure out why the monitor's not working. Did you try turning it off and on again? Freedom! My buns are experiencing the best freedom has to offer. And when my body feels like it could collapse at any moment, I feel good about it. Right? Getting the word out about Funplex Rising was great. Seeing people's faces light up with excitement is why I'm really here. Plus, spending time with Ashley was an added bonus. She's certainly got passion to spare. I smiled to myself. The pain in my heels and the grumbling in my tummy, worth it. Probably the immense headache that's on the horizon, negligibly worth it. While enjoying the respite, I let my eyes close for a moment, and of course the second I do that I hear footfalls closing in. There you are, Ari. We've been looking all over for you. We were specifically going to meet back up here at the Funplex Pop-Up Arcade. Yes, but we didn't expect you to be tucked in the darkest corner of the arcade. I'm hiding from Gavin. He'll put me to work if he sees me. Hiding behind the pinball machines is probably not the smartest choice then. You know how much he loves pinball. Every spare moment he thinks no one is watching him is spent getting that high score. I have so many candid pictures on my phone of him playing pinball. You have to show me, like, right now. Ha! Yes, his concentration face is so cute. Before I can even react, Ashley has her phone out and is scrolling through pictures of Gavin. Both look at me guiltily. Don't we have more important matters? Max is over in a few hours and we still have a lot of work left to do. You're right, Ari. Please don't kill Gavin. Your secret is safe with me. Right, so business time. I think I got something. Go on. I have a friend. She's an indie arcade developer. The new title she's been working on is amazing. It's got co-op, it's got competition, it's got magical schoolgirls. Now you're talking. It's got it all. Wait, I'm pretty sure I've heard of this game. Is it called Magical Moon Cuties? Yeah, that's the one. She's thinking about premiering it at Funplex Rising.
Oh my gosh!
It would be cooler than cool. Sounds interesting enough. Might make for another fun game for people to play. Definitely. My friend is somewhat renowned in the indie scene, and the game's been in development for years. I'm sure it would create some buzz, at least. Are you kidding, Tio? We'd be the talk of the arcade world. I do like being the talk of world-side things. Let's go check it out. I stand up, invigorated by the news. As I start walking back towards the hall with Tio, I hear a call from behind me. Pete! I turn around and see Ashley standing there, fidgeting. Her green eyes are darting back and forth nervously. Ashley? I too have a plan. She motions for us to come back towards her, which we do. What's your idea, Ashley? She puts an arm around Teo and the other one around me, huddling the three of us together. So what I am proposing might not be the most legal course of action. Do I even want to know? You've seen the huge monitors hanging from the ceiling in the middle of all the major halls, right? Yes, and I was totally thinking we should have our poster on there. How could I miss them? They're constantly bombarding us with ads and false hopes of high-quality convention food. No matter how amazingly tempting that $9 hot dog looks on the big screen, don't even think about it. Exactly my point. Everyone's looking at it. I know a way to sneak into the back area. All we have to do is break into the main communication center and upload the flyer Ari made into the rotation.
Whoa!
You want to do what? Shh, keep your voice down, Teo. Unless you want to get arrested for being an accomplice. It's a genius plan. Everyone at the Max will see our name in lights. Okay, so yeah, that's a less than legal way of getting the word out, but I have to admit you've got me intrigued. And it'd definitely work, but I don't know. Trust me. Of course we need to go into disguise, and I'm already nicely disguised, but Ari would need to switch into something way more distracting. Why more distracting exactly? To distract from your face, of course. What I'm trying to say is people remember the costume, not the person wearing it. Which means Maid Ari rides again. I knew it. Come on, you did so great on stage. Think of this as your encore. How about it? Let's not forget about magical moon cuties. It's a valid alternative and a legal one, and I really like Teo's idea, but we're going for girly stuff, but also I'm not really... Yeah. I think I brought my own lunch too, I can't remember. Probably just because I hate eating out and never know if there's going to be something I can eat. It sounds like something I would have done. Ooh, look at that red star. I don't remember what the red star is. I think it's adventurous. We're getting more adventurous. Still not less basic, but hey. But no, we have literally no cred with Teo. But I really, as much as I want to be friends with Ashley, I do not want to do something illegal. And I kind of want to check out this magical moon cutie. So, going against the general rule for this playthrough, but going very much legit me, we're going to go check out Teo's thing. Both options are valid, honestly. Splashy advertising would certainly drive foot traffic, even if getting it up there would be dodgy. Importantly, Iris could help us do it safely without anyone noticing. Yeah, but they'd noticed that the advert wasn't supposed to be there, surely. Safer than Ashley going off our own to try this inadvisable stunt. But a highly anticipated indie title might do the trick and result in far less jail time. Yeah, let's go check out the game. I'm sorry, Ashley, you got this. You don't need any help from me. Honestly, I don't feel like getting carted off to jail today. It's not on my scheduled agenda. Plus, I'm pretty sure Ashley can handle breaking and entering all by herself. And yes, I do realise how wrong that sounds even in my own head. I bet you've seen plenty of heist anime, so much that you could sneak into the National History Museum and steal the world's biggest Fabergé egg into the middle of the day. I got like 12 bobby pins holding this wig on. It won't let you down. I know you won't, and please, try and be careful. Ashley smiles widely before prancing off in a crowd of arcade folk. You can stop worrying, Ari. Ashley knows exactly what she's doing. That's why I'm worried. Fair enough. Well, shall we go and see a lady about an indie game? Yes, please. We shall. Because I kind of want to see this indie game. Yes, we're doing very much Joe focus with the general rule of girlies and friends. As we left the pop-up and travelled deep into the halls of Max, people kept stopping us to say hello to Teo. Except that I've now got to stare at that annoying finger. We'd be happily on our merry little way and then get interrupted by a random person. Oh man, it's Teo, how are you doing? Great, but hey, we're on our way to meet with someone. Let's catch up later. Cool, laters. And this happened every couple of minutes. Walking through the convention floor was like walking through a field of landmines. Or instead of explosions, it was uncomfortable introductions to people I will probably never see again. Eventually, Teo leads me back to a section of arcade games hidden behind all the major companies' booths, near where he held his dance flash mob. What they set up here is mostly reminiscent of the rest of Max. Arcade cabinets are closely lined up side by side, making several aisles for gamers to aimlessly wander down. I would have expected to be more used to pushing my way through throngs of crowds by now, but no. Teo and I force our way through huddled masses of chittering conversations. As I look around us at all the different arcade games that surround us, I notice something's off. There are exactly 0 titles that I actually recognise. No Dig Dug, Gauntlet, nor Street Fighter, even a hint of a pinball game. I'm starting to get concerned. Teo, where in Max are we? This is the Indie Mega Arcade. Well, originally they called it the Indie Mega Arcade Expo, but then IMAX sued them. The what? That didn't explain anything to me. What are all those weird games? I understand nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You'll hush those alluring lips of yours for a second. I'll be more than happy to explain. Okay, I'm hushing now. I'm totally and completely hushed. Now, where was I? I have these bits of voice. My voice is getting tired. Ah, yes. The Indie Mega Arcade is a huge area of Max that showcases all the new and upcoming indie arcade games. Indie developers get a chance to show off their stuff, get useful feedback, and maybe get a few people interested in their game along the way. It's the dream of the indie dev to make a game that people enjoy playing. Case in point, this game. I really don't know much about the indie arcade scene, admittedly. Working at Funplex offers me a crash course in arcade culture. Every day I'm learning about something completely new aspects. It does make perfect sense to have an indie game scene. I just never realised that it existed. It's pretty amazing, actually. Community of people who share ideas and a passion. Can't afford mass production runs of games, but they've got a lot of heart, you know. They can't crank out a box for every arcade on Earth, but indie developers are free to make whatever type of game they want. No pressure from a big name company either. Complete and utter creative freedom. Really, anyone can make a game if you put your brain to it. Really? In fact, I believe even you, Ari, could make an arcade game. What say you? Oh, I don't know what I picked, but it was adventurous. I was hitting next for the next conversation thing and pick something. But anyway, sure, whatever. Yeah, I can make an arcade game. Always been the idea person ever since I was a kid. I've been dreaming up game ideas. Like the zombie-themed fighter or a train-driving racer. I've got tons of them, just waiting to be turned into a fully-fledged game. I used to draw out intricate game levels, arcade game levels on paper too. Being surrounded by hardworking individuals at the Funplex only enriched that fantasy. I can't code or draw, but I can always dream up new ideas. Zombie train racer. Teo, you don't even know. I've got so many ideas swimming in my head for a game. But yeah, it's like I wanted the red star. That's what I'm aiming to get at this level. So it's a higher thing. We're basically going for empathy and, adventure. Trying not to be basic. But yeah, I didn't even see the choices. Didn't even see the choices. Yeah, okay, hang on. I need to unbrew my tea. There we go. I would make a choice whilst asleep. Don't think. What would you make first? I would make... right, okay. I mean, I would totally design a super cool puzzle game. Roguelike, procedurally generated open world twin stick platform with loot boxes. Bollocks to that. And I definitely would not make a romance game. I'd design a super cute puzzle game. There's one genre of game that's easy to replicate. It's a puzzle game. Give it a good theme and people will be drawn to the aesthetics and mental challenge. But a simple match 3 game would be fairly easy to make. I'd want an appealing design, something really super adorable to catch the eye, maybe some bedazzling jewels or crushing candy or something. People would sink hundreds of tokens in to continue playing. Exactly. Highly addictive, highly profitable, but also highly fun. Fun's the ultimate point of a game, right? I like it.
All right.
Well, if you ever get super bored of being an arcade event manager, I can hook you up with all the proper people to launch your second career. Yeah. I'd probably go with like a visual novel / point and clicky thing. Oh, that fucking King. I hate those adverts. I would never make a match 3 game. No, me personally, it would be a story, maybe a novel and click. No, it would be something that had a really good story, but was like point and clicky with some puzzles. If I ever got around to making a game, but it's not... As much as I love games, and I love the idea of making my own game, I do not love the idea of being part of the gaming industry. Unless, of course, there's a really cool job opening for head of development or head of engineering or something that resembles that sort of career. I don't think I have the right technical skill set for that. Also, score we're up to is 11,050. And we finally got some Teo love. But yeah. We've still got like 8 more chapters and stuff. You know, people get wound up about genres all the time. Who would get wound up about a genre? Totally not me going, it's a point and click! It's a point and click, damn it! And visual novel. FMV is not a fucking visual novel. Even if you change the genre description to say video sequences, it's still not a fucking visual novel. You can solve this part by waiting 50 hours or spending £3 in Milo coins. Are they Milo coins because Milo's watching? Hi, Milo. Boop. Boop. So what's the difference between roguelite and roguelike, then? It isn't a genre, it's a game mechanic. Ah. Well, I don't think we probably want to get into the genre. Oh. They're the same thing. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't think I want to get into a genre versus game style versus game mechanic discussion. I only care within my particular genres of choice. And not enough to ever come up with an argument to beat the people that are very vociferously against my ideas. Fair enough. I mean, what is Loot River? Maybe it's just an adventure game. Action adventure. Everything's action adventure, right? Just an adventure game. What do you mean? Oh, I have some friends who make arcade games for a living. Some friends? As soon as I said it, I became overtly aware of the situation. Since we stepped foot in the Indie Mega arcade, people have been waving and nodding to Teo, not to mention all those people stopping us on the way to get over here. I'd say more than some friends. You're a popular guy.
What? Come on, that's silly.
You still have weird hands though. I'm sorry, your fingers on... Oh, now it's switched hands. Which hand is weird? It was the left hand before, now it's the right hand. They're just the wrong length. Your little finger's too long. I think that's what's freaking me out. I don't know, the left hand now currently looks like a decent hand. The other one is freaking me out. It would have 0 genre. Okay. Someone needs to put in a genre dispute. clearly instead of whining about it. That's what genre disputes are there for. It definitely should not end up with just a mechanic as a genre. That's just silly. You know, I mean, who would have a genre that's purely just a mechanic? I mean, point and click. It's just a mechanic. Which is usually my point. This is a point and click game. That's the mechanic. You can have whatever other genre you want on it, but it's still a point and click game. But then it just gets adventure, and then I'm sad because it's not on my leaderboard. But anyway, yes, we all mock TA genres. We do indeed. Oh. Apparently mocking TA genres brings more viewers in, so let's do more mocking. But anyway, no. Yeah. Jumping mechanic. Well, I mean, that's just a platformer, right? Isn't that just a game mechanic? I mean, what is a genre then? Hi, Jesse. Shh, we can't mock genres anymore. One of the genre team showed up. No, I don't want to lose viewers. Job not done. Job not done. Bad Dan. I was getting in the joke. I'm very bad at jokes. I'm gonna cry now. Actually, no, I'm gonna read my book. What? Come on now, that's silly. He waves his hand, waving of the very notion that I know to be true. Yes, yes, yes. That I agree with that sentiment, as long as that is meant seriously and not in any kind of jest. Because I agree with that sentiment seriously. Everyone knows who he is, and I had no idea. He's always been such a crowd pleaser. Word! Crowd pleaser, not a cloud pleaser. Keep on spoonerizing everything. Crowd pleaser at Showtime stage, but I guess his popularity spread to all facets of his life. Dance champion and indie arcade scene champion, huh?
I try to keep my friend
circles pretty separate. Sometimes it's not always perfect, and they tend to overlap, you know, like
like a Max.
You don't make the rules, Dan, exactly, and therefore what you say is not legally binding. Ha ha ha! Take that. Jesse absolutely has to stay, because he's awesome. And I already managed to upset him earlier by saying that he was only good at platformers, and I didn't mean it like that. I mean, he was extra good at platformers, and I'm very jealous of his ability. Yes, if I say it out loud, but I didn't say Jesse could go. Jesse has to stay. He's my friend. I like him. So, Anyway. No, I'm the liability in that. I have a higher level than him. He dies a lot less than me, considering that his level is a lot lower than mine. But that's just because he hasn't put in as many hours. Once he's put in the hours, it'll be, yeah. Oh, that would be cool. Legally Binding is a Legally Blonde spin-off with a non-binary protagonist. Also sounds a little bit like it could have a trans protagonist with the whole binding thing. I feel like there's like a double entendre there. But yes, friend circles overlapping. Yeah. I hate keeping friend circles separate because then it makes juggling events a pain in the ass. I just kind of try and like munge everyone together all in one giant Venn diagram.
But hey, it's got upsides. All my friends are here.
Finally he talks.
The biggest downside of Max is just so hard to see everyone. I never get to spend enough time with them, you know? I got friends here in the Indie Mega Arcade. I got my Funplex crew. I got the dancing community. I just can't see them all. And when I can't see them, I feel like I let them down. I hate having to choose between them.
I feel the sentiment very hard, and now I'm empathizing with Teo.
Once again, I've failed my friends. You know, it's a surprise anyone still talks to me anymore.
Hello, self-doubt, my old friend. Teo sighs heavily, his mood shifted from excitement to utter solace. Cool, collected Teo is showing a side I've not seen yet. I guess he's able to experience emotion other than joy. Oh, it's always the people that have the happy face on that are the saddest. Confirmed. Teo is not a joy robot. Well, that just sounds like you made him a sex toy. But this isn't right. Sad Teo is worse Teo. As his friend, I must fix this. Sadness is not a thing to be fixed. It's not broken. He just needs some understanding and a bit of poking in, you know, the you matter direction. Balanced, you can't please everyone. Joking, allow me to boost your ego. Or basic, you haven't let me down. That sounds trite. That sounds dismissive. I would say this was more empathetic, so I'm going with this one. Why are you crying at the bunnies? I'm assuming that's crying. Either that or it is a drowning person. Because all I can see is a yellow blob with some blue bits underneath. Because they're so cute. Well, that's okay. I know I'm not that cute compared to bunnies, so yeah. I'm just going to go with you haven't let me down. I know it's basic, but I don't care. Teo's been working so hard for everyone else's sake. For my sake, too. He gives so much and asks for nothing in return. Oh, it's okay. Cool. It's okay because empathy is still my top. And yeah. It's okay. I'm not basic again. Ask for nothing in return. Without you, none of this would be possible. What do you mean? This morning, I thought the end was nigh, but once I met up with you and Ashley, a calm washed over me. Heck, I couldn't have spread the word about Funplex Rising all by myself. You've been a real help in getting the word out. It was nothing really. I live to help my friends out. Oh, I feel that. I've seen so many of your friends stop and say hello to you, plus they completely understood when you told them you were busy. One moment. We are at a convention. We should probably be wearing cosplay, right? I'm not competing with bunnies, honest. Not one left without a smile on their face. They really care about you. Okay, this is silly. I don't need troll for likes. Yes. You know what, Ari? You're right. The more I hang out with Teo, the more I learn about him. It's always something new and unexpected. Let's bring this back around to why we're here. How did you get involved in the indie arcade scene anyway? We will stream with dignity. Yes, we will not chill for likes and wear the bunny hat. Also, I think the lining got slightly mucked up last time I was playing with my niece with that. And I need to realign everything because that looked wonky on my head. Through Michelle, the indie developer I want you to meet. Aha, Lady Magritte. Yes, stretching is probably a good plan. Streaming with silly hats. Yeah, but I am not Kara. I cannot pull it off. She just has this presence. I don't. I think I may have forgotten to boil the kettle when I put the water in my tea. I'm doing well. I mean, it was boiled like several hours ago, but I think I just made my tea with cold water. Never mind. Hi, Lady Biggery. How are you doing? I'm clearly doing well. Making tea with cold water. I wonder if I put the brewed tea in the kettle and then boiled it. Would that still count? I don't know. It's not like I'm going to put it in the microwave. I'm not a Philistine. Also, I don't know if that cup is microwavable, so... I met her a few years ago at a previous Max. I was hanging out with my crew near the dancing games and she stopped by to play around. Since she was new to the scene, I struck up a conversation with her. Much like when I met you. Ah, so there was plenty of flirting then. I cannot help myself when surrounded by such beautiful, wonderful people. No. And Michelle makes indie arcade games? She's only one of the coolest and most prolific arcade developers in the industry today. Ah, you have teaks. I use my Prime sub for teaks. Teaks and dares. It's the best use of Prime sub. Plus, it supports one of my favourite streamers. She's worked on several big-name indie games, and when she's not working, she's speaking all over the world about arcade development. Colour me impressed. Sounds like Michelle is the sort of influential person who could really help with Funplex Rising. She really is. I'm what now, Mateo Alvarez? Ah, he also goes on Sammy's. Fair enough. Michelle, only the worst person I've ever met. As to be expected from somebody of your caliber. Touche. I was just looking for you, by the way. Well, I'm glad I found you then. What's on your mind? I wanted to introduce you to Ari. Nice to meet you. The pleasure's mine. Took me a second, but Michelle totally looks like, oh. You aren't, perchance, also a federal agent? This is it. I'm doomed. It was a setup. I'm about to be renditioned to a CIA black site. Who, me? No way. Although my sister, well, I can neither confirm nor deny what she does for a living. Oh! Was that the one from the Black Ops that took away that, can't remember the name of the game. But anyway, the game that tried to eat our brains. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to shut up now and focus on arcade stuff. I think what Ari is trying to say is that you have a very confident and authoritative expression, that's all. Yep, that's exactly what I meant. Got it on the nose, thanks, Teo. Sure, okay, let's go with that. Anyway, I spoke with Teo earlier in the day and he told me he had a business proposition. Could me all ears. Allow me to elaborate. Ari here was recently appointed as the event manager for the Funplex. Congrats, that's the cute little mum and pop place where Teo gets his groove on, right? I would categorize it more like a grandma and grandpa kind of arcade. It's not the fanciest one out there, but it's got heart. I like an arcade with a good heart. It reminds me of my youth. Youth? You look very young. The good old days where you walk into your home away from home, quarter up and enjoy the company. But I digress, getting too swept up in memories. Tell me more about the proposal. Ari is putting on a special event at the Funplex called Funplex Rising. Didn't come up with a name. I couldn't come up with a better one. It's a celebration of the arcade scene, if you will. Oh, I will. I'm going to have high score competitions, esports stuff, mystery game reveals, the works. I'm going all out on it. And Teo, I take it you're doing a dance event as well? He is, but it'd be great if we could add one more thing to the list. Maybe the premiere of a new indie game? Gasp! Could you possibly mean my game, Magical Moon Cuties? If you'll allow us the honours. Have I given you the elevator pitch yet? All I know is there are magical schoolgirls and I'm intrigued. It's a competitive, cooperative puzzle game where people have to work together to match all the magical orbs before their opponents can. Think 3-player magical drop but with combo attacks. Everyone plays as a different adorable magical schoolgirl, hence the cuties part. That sounds better than the last time I heard it. Right, I'm pretty excited to share Magical Moon Cuties with the world. I've mostly been doing some very selective demos for media outlets today, but so far the general public hasn't been allowed to play it. I'm looking for the perfect place and time to release it. big publicity would mean I might land a manufacturing contract or a publisher so I could do a wide release. Funplex Rising might be a good choice for that, but I'm going to need a little more convincing. What else you got? Okay, Ari, don't blow this. Okay, you're connected with Teo. I mean, that's the rational thing, you know. Teo, big, think of all the exposure. You die from exposure, you can't pay the bills with it. I'm going to go with, it's all about the heart of the arcade. Michelle had mentioned earlier she likes an arcade that has heart and soul. I should appeal to that. You aren't going to find an arcade that has more spirit than the Funplex. It almost said the name of the game in the game. Almost. You aren't going to find an arcade that has more spirit than the Funplex. Everyone who frequents there, employees and patrons alike, want nothing more than this event to succeed. This is our chance to show the world our dreams. We've been pouring out all of our combined energy into making Funplex Rising victorious. Teo, myself, all the staff and all the gamers. With Magical Moon Cuties on our side, we can just bring even more heart to this affair. It's the perfect fit for the kind of friendly atmosphere we want, bringing people together. Oh, you got me right in the feels. Plus, I really want to play Magical Moon Cuties too. Fair enough, I was just sassing you anyway. After I discussed it with Teo, I already knew I was going to show Magical Moon Cuties at the Funplex. Love that enthusiasm though. Really? Really, I mean, it's either the Funplex or Deco's Palace, and while Deco is the heavyweight champion of the arcade world, it's not a good fit for my dreams. Great, so it's settled. I think so. I know so. Magical Moon Cuties will have its first playable showing to the public at Funplex Rising. I'll hold my prototype cabinet over to your arcade the day before so you can get it all set up. I'd appreciate you keeping it hidden until the event though. Already bought a mystery concealing tarp for our rare game release. Heck, what's one more mystery concealing tarp between friends? This will be an event to remember and I'm thrilled. Should have made a Scottish because this character's not voiced. And I could have had a Scottish one in here. But never mind, it's too late now. Can't rewind the last 10 minutes. I can't wait to share the news with everyone. Ari, thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. Oh, but I should really be thanking you. Sorry to cut this convo off, but Michelle, your next interview is here. It's Mark from Hexagon. Mark, Hexagon, got it. It's so hard to keep track of all these different media outlets. Ari, it's been great. My people will call your people, or whatever they do these days. Oh. Hi, Jesse. I'm glad you came back. Thank you for coming back. We love you. Please don't go away. Expect your social media to explode later today. Ta-ta. So British. The ta-ta. And in a flash, Michelle wandered back into the crowd of people, her friend leading her into the next interview. I mean, that's still we. Me and the voice in my head, like you. So that's at least two. Oh wait, no, you're the voice in my head. So I would hope that you like you. Leaving me standing in shock, unable to believe what had happened. A top indie designer premiering at my event. I imagined the adorable smiling faces of anime magical schoolgirls. I could practically hear them cheering me on. I think that was a mixer. That's okay, because, you know, we're now on Twitch now. Mixer doesn't exist anymore. Which, you know, we still miss various parts of it. It's asking a lot for you to love yourself. Oh. Now I give you a hug. I knew everything would be okay. It feels like it's coming to the end of the chapter. Which is probably about right, because we're 2.5 hours in. More or less. This is my life.
Huh?
Oh, nothing. Just musing to myself. Out loud, nonetheless. No worries, I do that all the time. Mostly when I'm alone, though.
Love it.
But overall, that went really well. I mean, I always do it, whether I'm alone or not. Because I don't necessarily realise I'm talking out loud. Which is why it's always amusing when people are like, hey, cool, you're narrating this. And I'm like, I am? Oh, that was out loud. I'm glad that Michelle was really excited to bring her game to the Funplex. Me too. Honestly, I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. What with Ashley helping me with the hype at the cosplay contest, I feel like Funplex Rising is going to be amazing. That's the spirit. I never doubted you for a second. Yes, but to me, full-time would be like, 10 till 6, 5 days a week, at least 35, 40 hours. That's a full-time job. I do, like, 12 to 15, or 10 to 15, depending on how much energy I have. To me, that's, like, just hobby hours. And it's more I couldn't make a career out of it because it doesn't bring in enough money. But any money I make on here goes to charity anyway. But if I made it a career, like $12 a month is not going to get me bills paid and mortgages, you see. That's more what I meant with full-time streamer. It's not a career. It's a hobby. And I much prefer not to make money from hobbies. Though, obviously, money in charity. I want the charity to get money from my hobbies, because then I'm less likely to go, oh, this is too much work. But yeah, it's like, how do I increase my following without having to make it work? But anyway, I was about to reply with a totally witty retort about doubting in time. However, we were interrupted by the sounds of a bell chime. The hall will be closing in 30 minutes. It's over already? Oh, and I was just getting started. I'd barely seen anything yet. Could do this for at least another 4 hours. I am frightened and confused as to how you still have so much energy left here. I amaze myself. I amaze even myself sometimes. I'm guessing extrovert that gets energized by being around people, therefore being around people... What on earth is going on with my specs? Oh, I'm absolutely filthy. Covered in fingerprints. Well, still smudged, but slightly better. Anyway. As for me, I was exhausted, allowing yawns to escape my mouth. Aha! Now's the time for me to yawn, and I'm not yawning. Well, I'm officially pooped and ready to go home. Still wanted to squeeze in a few more games before the hall closes. They're going to have to drag you out of the hall once it closes, aren't they? Kicking and screaming. Thanks for your help with Funplex Rising today. That's what friends are for. He's a decent dude. And I'm glad I've got some extra friendship with him. But yeah, we're going for, Naomi, Queen Bee, Ashley, as if I can only max out some people. But I still have another 5 chapters, so, we've got a chance to talk with all of them, I would hope. I mean, it's not really max as much as I was trying to level everyone out, because it's not like I've hit Naomi's max. It's just Naomi has the most out of all of them, because I've had the most interaction with her. Anyway, I'm glad to have you as a friend. Ditto. See you back at the arcade, Ari. With our pleasantries exchanged, I left here to finish the dying seconds of Max in the Indie Mega Arcade. Yeah, so more logistics than actual capability. All in all, a successful day. Hey, look! Ashley got our thingy on the screen!
Beep beep.
Ari, you have a new text message. Operation Hot Dog Takedown mission complete. Acid extracted and heading home for a leisurely bath and some anime. Huh? She hacked the video signs and stuck away.
Good work.
Look at the screens, our flyers are airing there. Wow, I didn't know Ashley was a hacker. Maybe we should swap tips. I'd like the Funplex to commit fewer felonies rather than more, Iris. Oh, okay. Right, time to head home. Promised I would meet Juniper just outside the main exit of the hall, and that's exactly where I was headed. The rush of fresh air hit me as I pushed the double glass doors open. It was nice. Refreshing. It had a much better smell than the one I'd been around all day. I didn't have to wait long until I saw Juniper. She bounced happily up to me. So, how was your first max, Ari? It was... fantastic. The amount of support I got from my friends today was amazing. I know I can always count on them, and I feel like we've bonded closer as friends. And also Doctor Who says fantastic, and I like that. I can't wait to go back next year. I can't wait to go back next year. As to be expected with the convention. Although in your case, you really outdid yourself and got smacked with 300% of what anyone else would have, yeah? How'd you figure? Well, most people drop by Max, play some games, maybe attend a panel or two, do some shopping. They're here to be catered to. You, on the other hand, were doing the catering, and like any good caterer, that means spinning plates and doing 12 different things at once. You found interesting ways to push Funplex Rising and promote the Funplex as a whole. You worked your butt off to do it, so rather than attending Max, you were Max. Sure feels that way. I'm totally drained. And I'm going to go home and sleep for 3 weeks. Oh wait, no, I have to go to work tomorrow.
Ooh.
I kind of envy you, you know. It sounds like you had some great adventures today. Other than designing that flyer, I didn't do much beyond playing a few games and buying cute t-shirts and stuff. But let me tell you, they are really super cute shirts. I'm glad I could support you though. Even if it was just, you know, by doodling up a flyer. It's hardly a doodle. You did great work designing it. Don't sell yourself short. That flyer looks super professional. I mean, no fun comics, but still pretty cool.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Ari. I really enjoy doing stuff like that. I don't exactly get a lot of opportunities at the office to express myself. Okay, let's get home and get some real rest. We've both earned it. In fact, I'd say we took it. Juniper, don't. To the max! And that's the name of the achievement, I think. And after that moment, the rest of the evening was a blur. I knew that Juniper and I took the train back home. Okay, what are we at? So 11,600. Naomi's still our top, but we've got a decent amount with Queen Bee now and some with Ashley. We finally got some points into Teo. Sorry, Percy. We are super empathetic and not so much basic now, and we're working on the pragmatic adventurous star level. We could have had some opportunity for some balance or some humour, but didn't feel like I should take it there. But anyway, I knew that Juniper and I took the train back home, heated up some pizza bagels, and I safely made it into my comfy bed. I think I was still in shock. At the beginning of the day, I thought that no one was going to know about Funplex Rising. We'd be stuck as a relatively unknown mum and pop arcade. But now, it seems like the whole world knows. Which is great. Hey, you see, my hand's not weird. But also pretty nerve-wracking. I sighed heavily, letting all my mixed emotions flow over me. There was no turning back now. What I set in motion will stay in motion. It can only get bigger and better from here. At least that's what I'm going to keep telling myself as I drift off to sleep. I'm going to repeat my mantra. It is fine. Everything is fine. I'm proud of what I accomplished today, and I can't wait to tell everyone at the Funplex about all I've done. I hope they are proud of me too. And before I know it, Funplex Rising will be upon us. I'm guessing that'll be the next chapter. Take it to the max. You've cleared level 3 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you. Now let's see your score. Looks like you're really hitting it off with Naomi. You're proving to be a gentle, sweet and compassionate soul. Okay, so that didn't change from level 2 to level 3. Also, you've scored 11,600 points. Go for the high score. Actually, I don't know what the high score is, but hey, go for it anyway. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 4? Yes. I only saved it once during that. I didn't feel like I needed to particularly. Let's just see what level 4 is called. I like the little endy screen. But yeah, Stefan Gagne and Anne Schumann? Should probably ask how that's pronounced. Player versus player. Okay. Okay, let's look at my prize that I won. Got some cosplay sketches! Oh my god. Oh, I think she wore the flamingo in chapter 1. Frog / ferret. Arcade logo. Ooh. But I love the Arthur one. That is great. But yeah. No more thingies on there. Jokes. Eef. Right. So. It is Scruff's birthday today. So, though I normally don't raid in on Dead by Daylight because I really don't like that game. And it is completely the opposite vibe from this. It's his birthday. So, we're gonna go say happy birthday to Scruff. And I am going to cook some dinner because I'm hungry. And then I'm going to boil my tea because idiot me made it with cold water and it doesn't taste quite right. So, we are ending here. I know it's not quite 3 hours, but it's a chapter and I feel like that's perfect and a chapter per stream. So we're ending here anyway, plus I'm hungry. And you know, when I can't concentrate because I'm hungry or thirsty or whatever, then it's not making a very entertaining stream. Not that I live to entertain, but I do, etc. So we're gonna go raid Scruff. I will set the raid up in a minute, but I need to do my talky bits first because otherwise then I end up raiding halfway through me finishing off. So it's Sunday today. Yes, Sunday today, so we've got new schedule come out tomorrow. It's the week where we have the Wednesday co-stream, so Jesse, if you're around, that means you have to come up with something for us to play. I have games picked out for the other 4 streams. Yeah, it's a 5-stream week. Can't guarantee 3 hours all streams because that's a lot of streaming and I do have a full-time job, even if it's just for another month. So, yes, so we'll be back on Tuesday at 8 PM UK time with probably one of my point and clicks that's on my list. Promo point and click, but also on my random to-do list because that's how I help pick my games. At some point we'll have to have a week where we just do showcase of some of the ones that have been stuck on my promo list for a few months, several months, because otherwise they'll never get played. So thank you very much for being here and watching today. Thank you to Mr. Coolness for the raid. And was there a resub or did I imagine it? Where's my list of actions? No, there wasn't a resub today. That was last week. That's last stream. But anyway, thank you very much to Mr. Coolness for the raid. Thank you everyone for being here today. You're all awesome. Arcade Spirits, love it. This is the first game. There are 2 in the series, and Fiction Factory Games, which is the developer, the company of the developer, or the entity that is the developer, even if I think it's like one person, is coming out with a 3rd one at some point, which should be announced at some point, which is hopefully also coming to consoles at some point. I know nothing about it other than its untitled 3rd game, and it's not directly related to Arcade Spirits. I don't know why I'm pointing up here because you can't see it. Yes, so I'm going to enjoy some hot tea. We're going to go raid Scruff. It is his birthday today, so please say happy birthday to Scruff. And I will see you on Tuesday, hopefully. Have a great rest of your weekend. I've been Jo, otherwise known as Angel SK. I know I didn't say it before that time. Bid you goodbye.